Hello and welcome to another video where today we will be doing an introduction to integrals. So, we've already done videos on derivatives, but what exactly are integrals? Well, integrals are all about finding the antiderivative of a function, but what does that exactly mean? Well, remember when we talked about derivatives? The derivative of a function gives us the rate of change of that function. For example, if we have the function f of x equals x squared, our derivative was 2x. So, in simple terms, the derivative tells us how fast f of x is changing at any point. Now, what if we wanted to go the other way around? Let's say we were given the derivative f prime of x equal 2x, and we wanted to find the original function. Well, this is basically the concept of the integrals. An integral is basically the opposite of a derivative. If the derivative tells you a function is changing, the integral tells you what the original function was, given its rate of change. In other words, an integral helps you recover the original function from its derivative. So in this case, it would be x squared, but not only x squared, it wouldn't be exactly the same as our previous one, it would be x squared plus c, as c represents any single constant, since we know that if we derive something like so, we would still get f prime of x equal 2x, as our constant derived is just 0, so it would just be cancelled. So this is our integral for 2x. There are also some basic formulas, such as the ones we learned, that you have to kind of know by heart if you want to know how derivatives work and hear how integrals work. Well, these are the following. If you have the integral of x to the power of n dx, this is our integral, and this is what you need to add to every integral, then this would be equal to x to the power of n plus 1 divided by n plus 1 plus c. Another one is a dx, where a is a constant, and this is just a times x plus c. Always add your c, always, always, always. And then we have another one, e to the power of x dx, which as we saw in our derivatives is just e to the power of x plus c is again. And then finally, for our last one, we have sine of x dx and cosine of x dx, which are, of course, cosine of x is sine of x, and sine of x is minus cosine of x, because if you remember, plus c on both. If you remember, the derivative for cosine of x was minus sine of x, so if you have sine of x, it will be minus cosine of x. These are just a few basic examples, but there are many more rules and techniques to master as you go along. In our next videos, we're going to be exploring these different techniques and methods to solve integrals. Thank you for watching.